Hello, today is Wednesday, May 26th, and here are today's top stories. Up to 8 people died during a mass shooting that happened this morning in San Jose, California, at a light rail yard. One policeman spokesperson said they're not sure the man that died was an employee at the light rail. And it wasn't clear if the gunman shot himself or if the police shot him. The gunman was supposedly set his home on fire before going to the train rail yard at 6:30 in the morning. One witness there said to the Mercury News that when the cops entered the building, there was still shooting going on. About 100 workers were evacuated to safety. They said that one whole crew, one whole shift was shot that day. It seems like the shooting happened during a union meeting. The purpose of this train yard is for maintenance for the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority. The VTA and city officials said this was a horrible and tragic day. News reports said that Manhattan's district attorney convened a grand jury to investigate the different evidence items and crimes for Donald Trump or his organization or someone close to him or his company. The grand jury will meet 3 days out of the week for 6 months. They will vote whether to indict or not to indict. The Manhattan district attorney said they investigate insurance fraud and false business records. To make it clear that this is not a jury trial. A jury trial is where they listen to both sides and then vote to convict or to acquit. A grand jury is 23 people who are picked randomly and decide if to indict or not to indict. They pick 23 random people to join the grand jury. Trump has said that this is a continuation of the witch hunt in American history. Amazon announced that they will buy and acquit MGM Studios for $8.4 million. And that means they can offer more entertainment, movies, and other streaming services. Axios said that this is the second largest acquisition that Amazon had. The first one was Whole Foods for $13.7 billion. The first male to get the COVID vaccine before it was released in England in December was named William Shakespeare, but he died at age 81. But British officials said that it was not related to the COVID vaccine and that he had a stroke and died. The first person to get a vaccine was a 91-year-old woman named Margaret Keenan. William Shakespeare was the second. He leaves behind his wife, Joy, who announced that he was inspired by all the news reports about his special name, and he's happy that they had such a positive effect and inspiration for people to get the vaccine. Last Tuesday night, people in the Multnomah County Justice Center in Portland, Oregon, on the 1 year of George Floyd's death, gathered together. And ABC News said that people gathered together and they started fires. And they started a dumpster on fire, and pushed it up against the buildings. And people were yelling, "Burn the building, burn the building." Portland, Oregon deputies decided to arrest 5 people, and several businesses' windows were broken. One judge in Netherlands decided that Shell, large oil gas company, must limit the carbon emissions 4.5% by year 2030, compared with the levels at 2019. CNN article explains that emissions were from operations from the Shell company and the energy products that were released there. Shell is located in Netherlands, their headquarters, and already had a goal by decreasing their emissions by 45% by year 2035. However, an environmentalist saying that the investments for oil and gas were distracted. And the news analysis said that this is a big impact, because it's a paramount impact, or landmark impact, because of the curb to the greenhouse. Shell said it would peel. And that's today's top news stories. See you tomorrow, and stay with the light.